say good afternoon and thank you all for being here. I'm excited that you all are here without the other gentlemen students of McKinley, because we've got some conversations that we need to have. Initially, it will be taped, but after that, we're going to go to a question and answer period where we're going to have some real talk and dialogue with you. My name is Karen Carter Peterson. I serve in the Louisiana State Senate, which is right down the street. I've been serving in the Senate for the last 2 years, but before that, I served in the Louisiana House of Representatives. I am joined here by many of my colleagues and some other phenomenal ladies that you see sitting right here. I also serve in my capacity as a state senator. I serve as the chair of the Louisiana Legislative Women's Caucus Foundation. What that is it's a collection, it is comprised of, not a collection, but comprised of all the women House members and all the women senators that serve in the legislative body. Okay. Where's the 10th grade class? Show me where the 10th grade. Oh, yellow all over. 10th graders know because they're taken, and definitely juniors and seniors know that in the legislature there are two bodies, House and Senate. They have 105 members of the House. There are 39 members of the Senate. In the Senate, there are only 4 women out of 39. Give me that percentage, quick. Somebody, quick. 4 out of 39. Give me that percentage. You need a calculator for that? You could at least say just close. You could at least just say close to 10%, right? Close to 10%, approximately. 439, approximately. All right, stay with me. So that's not good. And let me tell you why that's not good. When there are only 4 of 39 members of the Senate that are women, and there are only 12 women in the House of 105. Give me that one quick. Close. 11 to 12%. Thank you very much. All right. So, but guess what? The women in the state make up what? Over 50% of the population and over 50% of the electorate, the people that vote, right? So is there a disparity there? Is that quick? We can do that math quick, right? If we're only about 10% in one chamber and 11 or 12% in the other, then there is a huge disparity in what? And who is representing the number of women representing us in the legislative body. So the Louisiana Legislative Women's Caucus is about, number one, encouraging you ladies to step up to the plate at some point to offer yourself for public service and be just like us, because this is not an anomaly. I went to high school just like you. I grew up just like you, did the same things, and at some point I decided that I wanted to change my community. That's how simple it is to become a legislator, a House member or a senator. Or, as Mayor Regina from Ville Platte, mayor of Ville Platte, Louisiana, or to become mayor. Right? So what the Women's Caucus is about overall, and you're about to hear from some of my colleagues, what it's about overall is encouraging young women to empower them, educate them, mentor them, and encouraging them to do exactly what we do, get engaged in the community, and hopefully at some point offer yourself in public service. It's also about advocating for issues, public policy issues that are important for women and children, right? There are a couple of issues that we're going to cover today. Domestic violence and how prevalent it is in our community. And you need to know how to protect yourself and how to report incidents of that and to take note and take care of yourselves. Another one, teen pregnancy, right? On the rise, right? We're not going to get into exactly what people are engaging in, but if in fact you're engaging in that, there needs to be things like protection, right? And we're going to have some real talk later, to make sure that you don't do something that is detrimental to your future. You're all here in high school, I suspect, because you want to graduate, right? Yeah, okay, so I got that right. I suspect you might want to go to college. Maybe not everybody, but if you want to go to college, one huge impediment to going to college is getting pregnant while you're in high school. Why is that an impediment? Is it bad to have children? No, obviously not. We all got here some way or how, right? So it's not bad to have children. We wouldn't be here if somebody wasn't producing offspring. That's not bad. The question is the timing of that. Who you engage with, who your friends are, and how does it impact your future goals and decision making, personal responsibility, right? That's real talk. domestic violence, teen pregnancy. We also are going to talk about higher education and economic opportunity. We're going to talk about wage disparities. So when you're here in high school, you have this goal. You all have different fields that you want to pursue. Well, some of the things that you're thinking about pursuing right now, they don't pay a lot of money, right? And when you finish college, those same fields that you're thinking about pursuing, they may not offer you the same economic opportunity as some other fields. And you need to know that before you make your decisions and what career path you take, because there's significant economic and wage disparities for women and men almost in every industry, right? But in some industries, it's even more pervasive, right? So we're going to talk about that as well. I'm going to jump in and introduce everybody up here right now, right? The first two people I'm going to introduce, however, are your own state senator, Yvonne Dorsey-Colomb, who represents McKinley High right here, and also Representative Patricia Smith. I'm also joined by Representative Ledricka Thierry, who represents the Opelousas area in the House of Representatives. And the others, if you could just wave your hand or stand up quickly. Tanya Ball, the Executive Director. Dr. Shanta Proctor, National Women's Council. Got the little symbol here. Ms. Mary Joseph, the Executive Director of the Children's Defense Council. The Mayor, Jennifer Vadrine of Ville Platte. Hollis Davis, an intern with NSU, Nicholls State University. And Paulette Bailey Wilson with the Children's Defense Fund. At this time, I'd like to invite Senator Dorsey-Colomb to the mic.
What's up? We came here today to have some real frank conversations with y'all. But first thing I want you to know is that I'm Yvonne Dorsey-Colomb now. I'm remarried, and I know many of you saw my signs around with Straight from the Heart. So we're going to talk today, and we're going to talk straight from the heart. We're going to turn the cameras off, and we're going to come in individual groups, and if there's something that's on your heart that you want to talk to us about, we're going to be real. We're going to talk to you frankly, and we're going to tell you what we know. You can tell us what you know, and we hope we have some great dialogue. But don't y'all think it was really powerful for some women to come in here and ask to speak just to women and put your principal, Mr. Armandine Brown, out so we could talk to y'all, and y'all see he got out. That's some power. That's what you want to do. That's what women can do in this country and in this world. We are the majority of voters. We are the majority of women. We are the majority. The men are in the minority. And don't you think that we can't change the world. So I want every girl in here to leave today, and I want you to know that you not only can be a person in the world, but you can set this doggone world on fire, and you can make men walk out when you want to and control the United States of America. And that's what we're about today.
We are here today to kind of give you some heart-to-heart talk, straight talk, and to be able to provide you with some life lessons. Quality of life for you right now can be changed because you determine your destiny. And I think it's important that if you don't have a roadmap to follow on how you do that, then you can go just off on any kind of a tangent. And so what we're going to tell you today and give you some information on today is just how you can make your life better. You know, we talk about the cycles that we have in the state of Louisiana, cycles of poverty, the cycles of individuals being on welfare. We talk about the cycles of teen pregnancy. Do you also know that we have the highest HIV AIDS in the state of Louisiana amongst women? Women. So your possibility of getting AIDS as you get older is there if you don't break the cycles. Your potential of getting pregnant, you've already heard that. And I've got a bill in the Senate this session. I'm going to promote my bill. It's on promoting healthy teens, and it's on sex education. And it's to provide comprehensive sex education in public schools so that you can get information. It may not pass because we got more men than women in the legislature because they don't think that you need that. I've also got a bullying bill, which when you talk about domestic violence, an anti-bullying bill, not a bullying bill, not to bully, but how not to bully, but an anti-bullying bill so that you can understand that domestic violence as well. And I do know that at your age, you allow sometimes those boyfriends to give you a hit. I know you do. I know you do. Some of you do. I'm not going to put all of you in the same bed, but some of you do. But you don't have to take that, young ladies. You don't have to take that at all, and we need to stop that. So what we're going to do is to talk about, and when I talked about a hit, I meant a slap. I didn't mean anything else now. A push, touching, things that they shouldn't be doing. So when I'm talking about those kind of things, not necessarily the other kinds of things that when you think of a hit. I know what y'all talking about. I might be 66 years old, but I can tell you I am not dumb. Okay, but we're going to talk to you about those things, and I hope that you will gain a lot of information from us today because I grew up at the top of the bottom down here. I didn't go to McKinley, but all of my grandchildren, just about, Phil Randall is my grandson. Robbie Smith is my grandson. He was here. Raquel Smith. I can go on and name it, but all of my husband's family, he's a graduate of McKinley. My mother is 97 years old and is a graduate of McKinley High School. So I want you to know that McKinley is ingrained in my family, and we want to see McKinley be, and the young ladies of McKinley, be the examples for young ladies across the state of Louisiana.
Thank you, Representative Smith, and we're going to hear from Representative Thierry, Representative Ledricka Thierry from Opelousas.
Hello, everyone. I want to first say I am so happy to be with you all today as I look around and I see so many beautiful young ladies. So yeah, you can clap for yourself on that one. But yes, I just want to tell you, we're going to break out into some sessions with you and have a little bit more personal conversations with you. But I want to just tell you, we're here because we care about you. You are our future. And one of the things about the reason we want to talk to you ladies instead of having the men in here is because I want to tell you, you are so valuable to our country, to our world. You are a very unique species. We are so different from the men, as many of you know. We can take a lot of things. You know, we're so unique. We can do hair, we can do makeup, we can talk with a little twist, and we can sing. We're filled with so many talents. And I want you to understand that you are worth so much more than many people sometimes give you credit for. And that's what we're here to do for you today. We want to remind you of your worth. We want to make sure that you understand that you should all love yourself. And if you love yourself the way you should, you won't allow, as I heard one young lady somewhere said, it's okay for one hit. No. You won't allow anyone to ever hit you because you love yourself. If you love yourself, would you let someone do anything to hurt you? Is it fair for you to let someone else bring harm to you? No, you're in charge of your life. And so I want you to take from today is that even if you have to walk around saying it, even if you're saying it to yourself, I love myself. And I'm not going to let anyone mistreat me or treat me in a manner that I don't want to be treated in. And that goes for even the decisions you make. When it comes to teenage pregnancy or drug usage, you don't allow someone else to influence you to do things that you know are not in your best interest. That you know there are so many consequences that can change your life and can hurt you. You don't allow someone to change the path that you can have. You want to fulfill your destiny. You want to be the best lady that you can be. And so I'm going to leave now, but when we break in our intimate sessions, I want you to feel comfortable with all of us. I want you to feel that you can come to us and ask us questions that even if you were afraid to talk to any one of your peers or even your parents, that's why we're here. We have walked these same paths that you've walked. I was in high school maybe just 13 years ago, so I still kind of know what's going on. So I don't want you to feel intimidated by us because now we're legislators. What we talk about here in McKinley, like they said earlier, it's going to stay here in McKinley, but we're only here to give you good information. We're not going to come here and give you anything that we think will steer you wrong. So again, I want you to feel comfortable. And what do you take from Representative Thierry? Love yourself. Thank you.
So we've just been joined by Representative Regina Barrow, who is also a state representative that serves in the Louisiana House of Representatives. And so we're going to give her just a second to share her story and also some words of encouragement. Representative Barrow.
Thank you, Madam Chairwoman. Good evening. Oh, come on. It's Friday. Aren't you guys happy? It's Friday. Say, it's Friday. And I'm ready for the weekend. You guys got plans? I do. I'm ready. I want you to say with me, I am somebody. Because God doesn't make junk. God doesn't make junk. You know, I have to tell myself that every day. Because even as we have grown up into women, sometimes the feeling of intimidation tries to come on you and make you think that you're nobody. So you have to encourage yourself. I went to the doctor recently, and it was a female doctor, and she gave me a rock. And she said to me, she said, I want you to keep this rock. It was just a rock. And I was thinking to myself, what am I going to do with a rock? But she said to me, she said, every time you look at this rock, I want you to be reminded that you are somebody and that your life means something. And I thought to myself, I said, well, thank you very much. I say, I have a rock with no inscriptions on it. You know, have you guys ever seen the rocks in the store? And they say faithful, and they say love, and they say hope. It was just a rock. I want you to know that I have looked at that rock many a days and thanked her for giving me that rock to remind me of who I am. Because I want you ladies to know that regardless to what happened, you are somebody. And even when you make a mistake, you are still somebody. Because we have all made mistakes, and as long as we keep living, we will continue to make mistakes. But when our heart is in the right place, and you're trying to do what you believe is right, don't worry about what people will say. You will always have people who have something to say. You know, I have three categories of people. Those that watch what happened, those that talk about what happened, and I choose to find myself in the last category, those that make things happen. So as I take my seat, ladies, continue to be one of those ladies that make things happen. God bless you. Thank you for having me.
Thank you, Representative Barrow. We certainly appreciate those words. I don't think that there are any rocks that are lifeless in this. Clearly, there are no rocks in this auditorium today. And one of the things you referenced, Representative Barrow, is that none of us are perfect, and we've all made mistakes. Every one of the ladies up here can give you a story about the mistakes that they have made, but also can give you a story about how they overcame. How they overcame their personal trials and tribulations, right? And it never ends. Just because we have titles and we're running nonprofit organizations and we serve in the legislature and we debate bills every day, it doesn't mean that we don't go home in the evening and have husbands and have children, right? And have family members that are maybe disabled and we're struggling with it, or we have other jobs, because in the legislature it's a part-time job. So we have other jobs that actually we have to work to sustain ourselves that offer stress sometimes. Or there are issues where we make mistakes and we have to pick ourselves up. So just like you encounter problems every day, we do the same. We're not perfect individuals. And with that, I'd like for someone to come up and share their story. We have a young lady that's with us, that's been working with us, that attended the Louisiana Legislative Women's Caucus retreat that we started yesterday. And this morning, she shared a bit of her story at a breakfast that we had. And we thought that it might be something that would be beneficial to you. Her name is Tanya Ball. She is a small business owner. And she also serves as the executive director of CASA. And I'd asked Tanya to come up and tell a little bit of her story. And after that, we'd like to open it up for questions. And we're not going to break up into groups members, because I think we can probably just go ahead and take questions from here. If you have a question after that, I'd ask that you start thinking about it. And what we'll do is we'll ask that you line up in each of the aisles, and then you can present your question, and somebody up here will be able to respond and to talk about it. At the point we get to questions, we're going to turn off that camera. Sorry. Ms. Ball.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon. Picture it, 1993, May 20th. Getting ready for graduation. Papers already sent to Southern University. Just waiting to get my key for the dormitory. Got my red robe, red cap, my gold, because I graduated with a 3.8 GPA. My parents, oh, don't clap so quickly. I need for you to listen to what I'm about to tell you. Parents getting everything ready. I'm ready to walk across the stage in Cajun Dome. You familiar with the Cajun Dome in Lafayette, Louisiana? Keep that in mind. That's where I graduated. My class was the first class to graduate in the Cajun Dome. But I graduated 6.5 months pregnant. I'm from a two-parent household. I'm not supposed to make those mistakes, but I did. Now, I had a choice. When I gave birth to my son, I had 2 directions to go. That I was told I needed to go left and become that stereotype, right, become that stereotype and do nothing, or go straight ahead where God directed me. But it was with that. Becoming a parent at the age of 18 was no easy task. Now, you looking at me in my 4-inch heels and my MAC makeup and my black jersey, I'm rocking it because I got it. However, you don't understand how many sleepless nights I had, how many tears I had to cry because I made that mistake. Now, don't get me wrong, my son is not a mistake because he's graduating on the same stage that I passed on 20 years ago. However, it's not easy. And for those of you, I wake up every morning after I thank God, it's 2 things I tell myself. And my daughter, my 5-year-old daughter, she does the same thing. After I thank God for waking me up this morning, I look in the mirror and I say, my black is beautiful, and I run this. What I mean by when I run this, my 17-year-old, my 18-year-old son, he understands. When I say I run this household, not him. Following the lead of my husband, of course. But I run this. That's the mindset you have to have. You run this. Nobody else. People do what you give them permission to do to you. And that's what I did. I gave someone permission. I didn't have a low self-esteem, I just made a wrong decision. Now, did I become that stereotype? No. When you look at me, you look in the mirror, you look at a reflection of what can happen when you choose not to become a stereotype. It took me a little while longer. When I first went to college, guess what? I didn't have a vehicle. My daddy said, if you're going to make the best of it, let me see how you can do with a city bus. Then we'll see if you earn a car. Or I rode that bus until I was ready for a vehicle. Got the vehicle. It took me a little while longer. Most people 4 years, it took me 6 years. Because I had a child. I couldn't study when I wanted to study. I had to make sure he was taken care of before I could hit the books. Graduated from school with honors, and guess what? I graduated in 2003. 2008, the same university I graduated from, they asked me to come back. We need for you to be our commencement speaker. I'm one of few people who can say they've spoken at their elementary school, their middle school, their high school, and the college that they graduate from. I'm not saying it to brag or boast, but I want you to understand the struggle that I went through. It wasn't easy, but it was worth it because I'm standing in McKinley's auditorium to encourage you. Don't make the same mistakes I made. Understand what I'm telling you. If someone say you can't do it, you don't have to wait for the opportunity. Now, sometimes you create the opportunity.
All right.
Don't wait for permission. Sometimes you create. Everyone has a gift and talent that needs to put to use.
Yes.
It's a shame when we sit on what God has given us, and I know you're recording, but I don't work for the school system, so I can say, God, it's a shame when you don't use what He's given you to help somebody. So if I don't tell you, if I don't be transparent in front of you, shame on me. Yes, I got a college education, but it was a struggle because I was a young mother. I got a graduate degree. It was a struggle because I was married. I'm married with 2 kids, but I did. Because guess what? I didn't wait for anyone to give me permission. I said, Lord, if it's in me, just show me where to go. And guess what? I've been going ever since. Right. People have been trying to stop me. And like she said, people are going to talk about you regardless. I could care less. Let me give you something to talk about since you want to have a conversation about it. Let me give you something to have a conversation about. Understand that I'm the product of 3 schools that the state and the city is trying to write off. But I'm the product of. And it's because I'm the product of Northside High School, I can stand in front of you in McKinley's auditorium. It's because I'm the product of Northside High School, I can tell you, trouble don't last always. It's because I'm a product of Northside High School, I can say, be encouraged. Yes, I became the mother at a young age, but guess what? I'm so much more than that. I'm so much more than that. There's so much more to me that you're looking at. Like I said, look beyond. I know my life is beautiful. I don't need nobody to tell. My husband tells me, but I tell him before he tells me. But I don't need the permission. Understand, you are uniquely and wonderfully made. Stop allowing the young men to tell you your name wasn't starting with a B unless it's Beatrice or Bethany or Brittany.
When you leave here, you should know that the women in front of you are willing and able to serve in that mentorship capacity. If you don't leave with anything else, if you need somebody to talk to, if you want to talk to them about something personal, if you want to talk to them about something professional with respect to careers, college, any of that, everybody up here is a wealth of knowledge and walking encyclopedias and experience. It's on you whether or not you want to tap it. You can reach us by Twitter, Facebook, email, websites, right? And we'll give you all that information.